Playmakers.
Run that back, turbo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go.
Okay, Hoopollogy 2, Scene 1, this is a headshot, and this is take 5, directed by myself, David Pearson, and with cameraman Eric French, and action. So Austin, it's been about a year since our last interview.
Yeah.
So tell me what changed this year with training compared to before?
Consistency. Trusting my craft in terms of as a trainer, working on my craft, I'd say about 5 days a week, I think was different. Also, if I felt like I didn't have much going on, I would purposely go to the gym and work on my craft with basketball drills, basketball handles, shooting. What's been different too, I think for me, is just marketing. Kind of having a better knowledge standpoint of Instagram and TikTok and connecting through there too. I think what also has played a factor is YouTube, I think played a huge difference where I was kind of taking, learning bits and pieces from other trainers and how can I incorporate that with myself as a trainer. Also, I feel like I have more confidence too compared to 2021. And by just going up to people at the gym, passing out business cards more consistently. Before I would just be hesitant, but now I was like, I don't care. Like if it's a no, so be it, I'll just move on. But I had an opportunity to train a client, and I think because of that, everything, I felt way more confident. My whole process was way more confident, much more crisp too. And it was just a lot more fun, I would say, compared to the prior year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so along with what was different, what stayed the same this past year?
My routine. I would say my routine. My approach to and my attention to detail, I think, was all the same. No matter what client I was training, if it was a different grade level, my goal was how can I help make them better, and how can I help just be there to help, I think is the biggest takeaway. Again, working out consistently has played a factor too, but just kind of really getting to know the client and what it is they need help with, and then kind of from there, how can I be the person to help them, and then just literally being the same person through approach and routine, but not really changing my style, if that makes sense, based on if I've had a lot of experience or not. So keeping, like, I'd say, I know it's like repetitive with approach, but just kind of keeping all of that the same.
What's been like your favorite part of training your clients?
I think teaching more of like the jump shot. I think because a jumper has different variations with form shooting. That's something new too. I wouldn't really train a client on form shooting. I kind of would just dive into the drills. So that was new. Just kind of starting out really, really basic and more fundamental. Teaching more form shooting I thought was fun, and then kind of working mid-range, then shooting on the three. So a lot of catch and shoot stuff. Why? Because that's, I feel like, my expertise and specialty with training for basketball. But I think what's more fun too is just training more of the dribbling. Like I've noticed I've become a way better dribbler when I teach or when I train clients too. But yeah, I'd say the main one though is the shooting.
So what have you learned from training more consistently compared to your first year of training not as consistently as you have been recently?
That's a great question. I think for me, the more I put in, the more confident I feel. I wasn't as confident in 2021. A lot of it was like hesitant, where I'm just like, oh crap, I have this client for like an hour. What is this gonna look like? This past summer, I was with my other job working 5 days a week, but I was training about 6 days a week. So I was just super like locked in, but each session I was more prepared. I knew what to do. I was like, okay, we're gonna focus on dribbling. We're gonna focus on what the client needs help with. So the biggest weaknesses was shooting off the catch, shooting off the dribble, keeping the form the same, and then being consistent with that. So each training session was different and unique, but challenging in some areas. But the thing is too, I think for me as a trainer, is like that was growth I've noticed, yeah.
So what are some things that you look back on now that you would want to tell or give help to your past self? So a year ago, what would you want to say to a year ago Austin?
Trusting like my abilities, trusting like I can do this and do a lot of great things with it. But also just I like to call it sticking to the script, sticking to like that game plan, sticking to that approach of, you know, don't change anything, kind of whatever's working, just stick with it. Anything like I don't feel confident in, then just don't go with it. But don't feel pressured doing it too. I think for now, it's like everything kind of flowed much better this year is because I didn't put pressure on it. So I kind of was just like, okay, I'm still gonna work on my game because I love the game with the passion. So I think for me, the trust factor was, okay, Austin, like you can do this. Like you just have to trust it. Everything else will work. Yeah.
And with that, what are your plans for 2023?
My plan is I really want to host a basketball camp. That's like the big one. If I can do it at a gym, local gym that I train at right now, that'd be great. But just kind of like growing like the clientele. The approach is not going to change. That's still going to be the same. But yeah, I'd say also that's the big one. So basketball camp, and then like I'd say incorporating the marketing tactics even more. Maybe posting more ads on Instagram and TikTok. But also maybe just being open to like maybe reaching out to other trainers too for advice, I think is a good idea. But yeah, I'd say just kind of trying to get 1% better each year. But I think the camp would be really fun.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
That concludes the interview.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
So for this, what I'm going to do is be teaching Jack dribble variation. I'm going to put like behind the back dribble. We're going to add a counter to the setback. It's going to be in addition to layup or floater. If he's doing that, we're going to switch that with the setback and the jumper. So that's what we're going to do for this segment of the training session.
Hey, hopping in and I start the V. Snakes in the grass, so they harder to see. My brother would give up his life to the O. He told me he'd go be a martyr for me. Said that she ready to corner the 6. I hit up Pauline, the chart of the P. Ain't really leave, but I'm back. I'm back.
This one we're going to do is we're going to incorporate same dribble variation. We're going to finish on the opposite side. So I'll just demonstrate one.
Cause nobody touching the flow. They say you alone at the top, but it's gotta be lonely below. You boys getting ready to diss, but don't even mention the O, and don't even mention the foe, unless you boys trying to go broke.
Whoa. For this one, we're doing a catch and shoot series where I'm gonna be rebounding, passing the ball to Jack. He's gonna hit 3 moves from each spot, 5 threes, 15 makes total.
Hit you like a buzzer beater.
I don't get mad, I get even.
Hit you, then you gone.
Whoa. All that foundation she wearing, she thinks she QC. Telling all my sneaky links you with me. You must be Coach K cause you ain't P. I'm on the jet like my last name Lee. 2 sticks in my hand like I'm playing a Wii. G-Block babies will spank you for free. We rough up, now they begging for peace.
G-Block babies.
Stepping on out and fresh in my toe. Born in October, I'm so OVO. Halloween coming, he wanna dress up.
So for this one, I'm gonna be teaching Jack how to do catch the ball, right? You do a quick between as the ball is being caught after the between.
Oh, cause nobody touching the flow. They say you alone at the top, but it's gotta be lonely below. You boys getting ready to diss, but don't even mention the
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Yeah, drinking dope, turn me to a superhero. Yeah, hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah, Boomer 90, turn me to a superhero. Yeah, Metro, if your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again. Yeah, fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again. Yeah. Can't get in the cup, gotta get paid. King in the streets, young made, spreading the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar.
Put in the hard work. To every trainer out there, please put in the work so it's beneficial for your clients. This is hard stuff, but I know for me, it's gonna transfer well into when I go and coach more clients within Hoopollogy. Stick to the script, Stick to the grind. Great things will come. I'm out.
Like what he wanted to get his.
Restart. Oh my goodness. What was funny this time?
I don't know.
Changed this year with your training compared to before?
Yeah, I think the consistency factor is the biggest one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Doing a silly, goofy move.
Oh my god.
Got that.
Marketing through social media. Eric! God! Jeez!
I don't know why I started giggling.
Jeez! I was on a roll!
He was doing so good.
God!
Let's just keep this
Okay,
going.
okay.
Sorry about that, my bad.
Okay.
Consistency. Consistency is everything in terms of my craft.
I didn't do anything. He started laughing.
Okay, last time. I got you. Last one.
You got it, bro.
Last time.
You're good. Alright.
Alright.
Eric!
I don't know.
Hey, yo!
God!
No.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Just don't look at your phone.
There's literally nothing on my phone. I'm just filming behind the scenes.
Get it all out.
Sorry.
Hey, no. No, you're good. Alright.